Alrighty, so I've been having a good old think about the whole situation here, and I've come to a conclusion. I think that actually, well, basically I've been thinking about this whole business wrong. I have been going at this with the idea that harder enemies equals later game sort of areas, right? That's been that's been the basic gist of my thinking for basically this whole series. There at the beginning we had Tolly's books giving an indication of where we should go next, at least more or less. I mean, if nothing else, even if it's not necessarily the easiest, you know, like order in which to do things, it's her books gave us an idea of what we were likely to deal with or need to deal with in the given areas. And then after that, yeah, it's basically just been, oh, this area seems to be more difficult, so maybe we go and do the seemingly less difficult area. And generally, I don't think that's a particularly bad way of going about it. However, I'm just gonna make a few more of these. However, what I do think is that actually, no, that's not correct. At least not, well, I guess what I'm trying to say is the general the the general idea of more difficult area is more endgame, therefore should go, you know, after the less difficult area. I think that is more or less fine. I think the problem that we're running into here is not that idea, it's that I've only been considering the difficulty of the actual enemies by their armor and weapons, and I don't think that's actually really a good way of considering the difficulty. Yeah, we just lost a dog. I think in reality, because this map is so based around this cold mechanic, really we should be considering things in terms of that as the difficulty rather than necessarily the enemies specifically. The other thing that I think I'm, well, thinking about this in the wrong way is that first of all, I thought that that was an extra area. It is clearly not. The end stone brick area, it is not an extra area. That is a dungeon. There is almost certainly going to be a box of parts up there. So I don't think it can possibly be an extra area that has extra loot in it. That it's just, there's no way. Oh dear. Did we lose one? Hard to say. Yeah, no. that's not the way we should be going next. I think the thing I've basically overlooked in all of this is that this is kind of off the beaten path and hard to find, and so is the Red Maze area to a degree, whereas the castle is like super duper obvious, like right up in your face. Hey, here's a castle. So I think we probably should have started there, actually. Like, not necessarily like started in the exploration of Windchill with the castle, but I do think that having completed the rest of Windchill, scouted everything out, and more or less looted everything, the castle is the next area we need to go to. And not the Red Maze, and not the Endstone Brick area. Because that is not an extra area, that is something else. And it occurs to me that there's a possibility that there is information in the castle on what happened. Or, well, more information. We got the book from the witch's hut. Stop. Yeah, we got the book from the witch's hut, but that was... I didn't bring a bed, are you kidding? I forgot there wasn't a bed out here still. Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, and I just noticed the dogs didn't come. Am I going to have to walk the whole way to get the dogs? Really? Great. That's wonderful. Well, to complete that thought, yeah. We got the information from the witch's hut, but there may well be more information here. I think the castle is one of the most likely places to contain more information on what happened. And it might be what will eventually, like, it might be that you're meant to see the castle and then go into the castle and then find something that leads you back to Boreal Valley. I'm thinking. Because this is just not working, and frankly, I'm starting to feel like that actually might be the end game, the end dungeon, rather than either of the other two. So what we're going to do this episode is we're going to go and we're going to give the castle a proper poke. We haven't actually done that yet. I might be gonna have to walk. That's vaguely annoying. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We lost one to the boat. I think that's all of them, isn't it? You've been injured. I think it's just this one. Okay, I'm going to go get a bed, and then I'm going to apparently walk out to the castle. I think it would be fastest to go get this one. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna head down to here. To the station. Well, I don't think we're going to be needing a bed at the station anytime... potentially at all, again. So yes, plan for this episode is to go and check out the castle. At the very least, I want to know what's actually in there. We never actually went past the walls. And I think the safest way to do that is actually going to be the towers. The towers that are similar to the other one that we found up on the top of the cliff near the fleet area, the fishing area. Because that... We already took the bed from here. Are there any extras? Fine. Wait. Why didn't it stop when going that way, I wonder? I did that specifically so it would stop, and it didn't stop. That's weird. What was I saying? Yes. The tower. I think the best way to start checking out the castle is going to be to climb that tower. We noticed, I think, 2, at least, that were accessible from the outside of the castle walls. I think we will scale up into those towers because we know what's in there. It should be a spawner with skeleton archers, and it's relatively easy to take care of. We'll go up there, take a look into the castle itself, see what's in there, and see what we're going to need to do to defeat it, to secure it, to make things at least relatively safe. I suspect that we're not going to be able to turn off or completely prevent the spawning of the the ice-headed zombie things. I don't think we're going to be able to stop that, but we should be able to find the spawners for all of the other things. Oh, speaking of which... Really? Are you guys serious? What are you doing? Is it because they can't teleport onto the rails? Is that the problem? Oh, it sure is. Great. Alright, well, I will meet you back at the castle, and we will... So it's literally this stretch here that was the problem and why they weren't following along in the minecart, isn't it? Okay, well, yes. Meet you back up there, and we'll see what we can see. That tower there is one of them. I suppose scaling that one isn't going to give us much information about the interior of the castle, but I'm pretty sure there's a couple more out that way, which we can use. Oh. Actually, we could just set up here. Is there any reason not to? I don't think so. I brought the obsidian because at some point we're going to want to make a nether portal out over here for convenience's sake. However, I'm not entirely sure that it's a good idea to just slap one down willy-nilly. We have 20 obsidian. That's enough for one portal. And I think it'll be a more sensible idea to hold off until we know exactly what we're gonna need to be doing in this area. Obviously, the red maze is something that we're gonna have to work our way through, and that might be similarly difficult to the end brick area. I don't think it's going to be quite as difficult, because the end brick area is just built all weird and wonky and was clearly specifically designed to make things difficult. But... right. At the same time, we might find something quite difficult over here, and I don't want to basically waste this. I don't want to use it all up and then end up being, well, now we have to go get lava buckets. If there, because there's some potential that this castle is going to be not as super duper difficult to get through into. And honestly, it's not even about the difficulty, really. It's about the cold, plain and simple. Oh, for goodness sake, it did the thing. Did you notice that? I clicked, right click, and it that they just did the same thing again. Just fed a bunch of them. The right click for some reason just gets stuck. I don't understand why. I would think that, oh, it's the mouse. The mouse is malfunctioning. But as far as I can tell, it is exclusively Minecraft that does it. So, I don't know. I don't know why. By the way, that's where the rotten flesh that I lost was. For some reason, when I was emptying out my inventory after the ship expedition, I left that as well. But yes, basically, the obsidian is going to be left here specifically because if this area is not super cold, then it's not going to be worth building a nether portal to get over here. Here's one of those things. That one is not accessible from this side, unfortunately, it looks like. Okay, well, it's nighttime now. We'll sleep and then head down to there. Check out the mill as well. We did actually work our way all the way into it. By the way, the main reason that I wasn't really upset by this is because I figured as long as we get 2 over here, we can start up a population over here that we can, you know, rebuild. So it's not a big deal. Maybe putting the bed down here would have been a better idea. Actually. Because this is going to be a real pain in the butt if we die here. You know, actually, now that I give this another thought, maybe we should have brought the bed with us. But this here is what we're after. Should be able to relatively easily take this out. I am assuming that these things are copy-pasted. Suppose we're gonna see if that is a correct assumption here in a second. Okay, that's promising. Oh. Yup, that works for me. Alright, now, what can we see? Which direction is this? Okay, this is where we came in. There's the cliff edge there. And there's the farmland over there. Ooh. These walls, these the turrets in the walls do have an interior. Not sure if the walls are... if you can get into the walls. Hard to tell from here. Yeah, this isn't actually telling us anything at all that we want to know. So, where is the next one? Right there. That looks like that might not tell us anything either. Starting to question this wall. Okay, these are almost certainly copy-pasted. I think that pretty much confirms it. So any other ones that we find should be similarly easy to deal with. So let's see here. Yeah, this wall is weird, because this isn't enclosing anything. It just ends here, and then it goes that way, cuts to the right, comes back, cuts to the right, comes back further and further. It's not like there's nothing. This is this. You know what? Just to demonstrate what I'm talking about. There's nothing here for this to be enclosing. This is also kind of the outside of the wall. So, yeah, I don't really understand what this wall is meant to be doing. Like, it's not really keeping anything out. If it continued along the edge here to that cliff, I'd say yes. That's fine, because it's enclosing basically the entirety of the west side up on this cliff. But it's not, and I don't understand. It's a little afternoon. I figure we probably should handle this first. This one I'm quite tempted to leave, actually, because of that right there. The best armor we have access to currently, and armor is the only thing that prevents the cold, at least as far as I can tell. So yeah, I think we'll go ahead and leave that one there. This is a relatively easy place to access anyway, compared to the other sorts of places. Is that really it? Is there not a second or a third level up here? I guess that is it. It's just grindstone here. Right, these things have a ginormous range, don't they? Ooh, they drop shields too. For some reason, I did not expect that. Although, now that I think about it, we might have actually gotten a shield before. I don't remember. Maybe. Yeah, these have a significant range. Let's just go ahead and be a little overzealous with the torching. That should do it. I suppose you could make the argument that we don't really need to do anything with this at all if we want the armor from it, because we can just poke our head in there and say, hey. and then shoot them as they come out. But I don't know. Makes me feel safer, and to be honest, it's the thing that you do. You see a spawner, you torch it up. Alright. Are you serious? Alright. Really? This one doesn't have a door. That's weird. That might mean that whatever's up top is gonna be different. Ooh. Here. Ooh. Seemed like he fell, did he not? Why am I getting such a ridiculous frame drop looking in that direction like that? Well, there's definitely something going on up there. 20 frames? Yeah, there's no what's going on there. That's a very inconvenient thing to be happening in that particular direction. It's night's falling. There you go. I'm gonna just say no thanks. Is there just one? Nope. Yep, that got him. Ooh. This is giving some interesting information. Oh, well, hello there. That's a ice head zombie. Oh. Can these guys get up here? Because it looked like that one ran for the entrance. Okay, I think that other one... Are we cold? Getting colder. That's not good. You know, these are actually probably a good spot to leave the bed. Or you know, move the bed from one to the next. As, like, outposts. Because we can easily fortify them. And I'm reasonably certain that we are far enough up to be, to not have the problem of cannot sleep, monsters too close. Monsters are nearby, whatever it says. Yeah, I think that other one... Where did he go? Oh, no. I thought this one was one of the riders, but it's not. Because I was gonna say, if it was one of the riders, they definitely cannot get in here because the horses can't fit into a one wide. Oh, hello there. Oh, that's spawning them, isn't it? Are they figuring out the stairs? They might be. Sure are. That's actually not good. As a matter of fact, that might be really bad if we get stuck up here with all these cold zombies and skeletons. Okay, let's take a proper look-see at what's going on here. I haven't noticed an entrance to any of these towers, so I don't know how you're meant to get into them. The turrets? Alright, we saw pretty much all of this on our trek around the perimeter. Although from a very different angle. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's definitely that. That is some serious range. We're building up quite the little entourage here, aren't we? Well, as long as we stay out of range, it shouldn't be a problem. Out of range of the cold, that is. Yeah, I think come morning, once we clear this out, I'm going to go back, get the bed, and then we will use these towers as staging posts. Because we can come up here, kill the spawner, and then these are perfectly safe. That looks like the next one. But yeah, these walls don't actually enclose anything, it seems. Oh, look at them spawning over there. Dang. That's nuts. Going to have so many of these things come morning. That was briefly very alarming, because that one, when it climbed up on the stairs, it looked like it was coming upward, and I thought it was going to start flying. I'm tempted to drop down onto this and take a look inside this. Would that be worth doing? I feel like it might be. Right, well, there's the dawn, but unfortunately, it looks like we've got morning fog. Which might make this a little more tricky. You can hear things climbing up the stairs. You know what? Let's just try this. See what we've got going on in here. Might give it a second, just in case things figure out their way up here. I wouldn't be able to get up here. I don't think. The cold. Oh. Really? Well, that's boring. Okay. What's the point of the ladder then? Or the stairs. That's the word, stairs. We're going to freeze up here. Ow. Oh dear. That's not good. Oh, he dropped a sword. And arrows? I guess that's because he's technically a skeleton. No! 600 is when we start taking damage. Run away. I would have tried to go and get the XP, but, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. You know what? Might actually be faster if we just go down from here, because it's just down into the valley and over to the left. Okay, looks like we're secure. Sharpness unbreaking. I'll take that. Unbreaking is nice at the very least. Ow. Ooh. And we're good. Okay. I'll go grab the bed and be right back. Okay, so we're going to have to warm up before heading back out there. But it occurs to me that a big difference between the difficulties of this area as compared to the other two is that in this area we have daylight, which means that during the day, first of all, it's not as cold, generally. Secondly, it shuts off spawns for a lot of these things, and it's the high numbers of them that really ramps up the cold, as you saw over there. So I think the key to getting through this area, and the thing that's going to make this significantly easier, is going to be sleeping through the night and keeping the light levels up as much as possible. Alright, well, might have been a little bit premature coming over here. Probably should have warmed up a little more. But again, as long as we stick to the daylight, we should be fine. I'm going to head back up into this tower and put the bed there, at least for the moment. We'll stay here to sleep the night through. I said at some point, I don't remember when, but I have said that I don't really want to go through the walls because that feels a little... Oof, that was loud. It feels a little, I don't know. I guess not really cheaty, but kind of like it's just bypassing the wall, you know? Like, it's a walled-in area. You should not be able to just pop through willy-nilly. I want to treat it as a wall. However, given that this isn't actually, like, you know, it's not encompassing anything, I don't know, I might change my mind, just for convenience's sake, because it doesn't seem like it's really doing much, to be honest, whether we treat it as a wall or not. Okay, I do think securing that tower is probably going to be a high priority. That one does have an entrance. Oh, interesting. Maybe we go and pop that spawner first. Yeah, there. Get jumped by something. Oh, there's a spawner there too. That's not cool. Okay, well. Oh, didn't notice anything, eh? The fact they make no noise is so creepy. Even when hitting them, they, like, don't react like normal mobs do, it seems like. Like, most mobs, when you hit them, it makes a definite sound, but these ones don't. How are you meant to use these battlements? You can't see over them. This is questionable design. Okay, well there's that one. That makes me kind of worried that there might be... There certainly will be, that exact spawner combination in potentially any number of these turrets. Who knows? Oh, for goodness sake, of course. Again, on the opposite side. Oh. What's going on here? Apparently not much. Weird. Ow. And we'll do a bit of that, and a bit of this, and a bit of that for good measure. Yeah. And then... Yeah, I think it'd probably be safer to have a bed set up. Although we don't have the ability to sleep in it just yet. The main thing that worries me with this area, at least, like, the next main thing that worries me, that I'm unaware of, is the riders. Seem to me like they spawned during the day, which is a little bit worrying. We're getting colder. Why are we getting colder? Why are we still getting colder? What is going on here? Oh! That's what's going on here. You know what? Maybe we just do that. I think we're going to have to just stick around for a little bit and warm up. It's the Creeping cold. That's what I'm going to call those things. Creeping cold. Because they are cold in basically every way. Like every definition of the word cold. They creep around. They make no noise whatsoever. And yeah. I think creeping cold is appropriate given the way they work. Wish I knew where those were spawning from. It's possible that they actually spawned in the tower now that I think about it. Oh yeah. That's what's going on here. Yeah. You know, it occurs to me that probably the best way to do this sort of thing is to have two beds. You have one put down and one on you. You sleep in the one that's down. Then when you get to the next place that's secure, like the next tower, you sleep in it. You come back for the other bed. And then, like, leapfrog them one after the other. That'd probably be the safest way to do this, because then you always have a nearby spawn point. We currently do not. Which is why I'm not wandering out right now. I'm going to wait until nightfall. Because I want to check out these houses, and I'm suspecting it's going to be rather dangerous. You know, more than a few times, when wandering back and forth across this terrain, I've wondered, why did Vechs design it like this? This seems kind of odd, with the long stretches of snow and then bits of ice in this sort of arrangement. I think I figured out why he did it this way. It's because it kind of camouflages the ice-headed zombies. The creeping cold. Because they just have an ice block on their head, and from a distance, each one of these kinda looks like one. You know, especially at a glance. You kinda look over and you look back and it's like, are there any out there? Probably not. Maybe. Especially when they're not moving, it's really hard to tell. Yeah, that's almost certainly why this terrain is the way it is. Hi. There, sir. I didn't release. Where did he come from? You know what? Of course, there is that little concern when it comes to keeping daylight. It means that any spawnable spots are going to be just absolutely crammed. Yeah, it's just lousy with skeletons in there, isn't it? Sure is. Where is that? I'm gonna just break through the wall. That is here. Yeah, might as well. Free food. Not yet. Get out of the way. These ones don't make you cold. That's interesting. You know, it occurs to me, the skeleton archers in the, well, both the other two areas, they're not visible, are they? I guess they're meant to be ghosts, and these are different. These are actual skeletons. Those are, like, somewhat incorporeal, or something. I mean, I guess not really incorporeal, because you can smack them in the face with a sword, but, you know. You know, maybe I should be using this. That looks secure. Say there's a pretty good chance that there's more of these guys in most of these other houses around about. Oh, even better. It's these guys. Don't like that. Hello? Well, I suppose we can probably just... do this to all of these. It doesn't look like there's actually a spawner in these. These might just be spawning in here because it's dark. That an enemy right there? That is... what is that? Oh, that's a flower. That's a lilac. Okay, there's the spawner there.